How you doing today? Today we go full throttle. You'll see two end-to-end builds forged only with words in Claude Opus. First we create the raw structure, then we remix the same code to convert strangers into customers. Everything you hear is context engineering in action, no guessing, no back and forth. If you can describe it, the model can build it, and that's the promise. The results are smooth motion, zero lag, and zero guesswork. Prompt 1, the foundation context. I type one paragraph and no more. Generate a responsive dark mode landing page in Flux order. Use React 18, Vite, TypeScript 5, Tailwind 3, no next.js. All client side include hero, animated background, call to action buttons, glassmorphic cards, footer. Use believable placeholder copies. Output full file structure. That's it. Why React 18? That's for the hooks, the strict mode, and future proof. And why Vite has instant reloads and zero config. And why then next.js? Well, that's because Lovable runs in browser only. Next needs a server and would silently fail. Why Tailwind 3? That's for utility classes, plus the just-in-time compile of the JIT or the JIT, and that's going to mean Tailwind cooks only the CSS you need. No buffet waste. Launch Trading AI, a counter climbs from 0 to 50,000 traders, 99.9 accuracy, 24/7 support, price ticker pings BTC, ETH, SOL every 3 seconds, and flashes green up arrows or magenta down arrows. You can see those gradient letters hang in fog particle, orbs drift slowly, hover card, blur deepens, border glows cyan. You just watch context engineering land every pixel on the first compile. Now, prompt 2 is going to have the enhanced home or visual depth. We're going to have to add the GPU particle canvas, floating chrome orb, scroll indicator for featured cards revealed by intersection observer, wire YouTube data in the V3, and Gemini AI shows 6 trending videos and 1 live market insight. Now, Claude delivers canvas particles.tsx using a React 3 fiber on low battery laptops. The frame rate caps at 30, something like that. On like phones, the canvas swaps to a PNG fallback. Floating orb.tsx reads cursor X and Y, X through Y, and that uses linear interpolation or lerp to slide the orb smoothly. Intersection observer reveals featured cards only when 50% is visible, saving GPU cycles. We now own YouTube.ts and Gemini.ts. Search video calls YouTube API once, caches and session storage, think Pocket Notebook, generate insight feeds last 10 prices into Gemini, and returns trend plus confidence. Inside HUD flashes a bright arrow, AI sets BTC up 12% in 48 hours, 91% sure. Confidence arc draws with plain SVG. Now, prompt 3 is going to be the dashboard in Academy, and it's going to build a dashboard with sticky candlestick chart, neural core dial, combat arsenal grid, human versus AI bar, build academy with XP top bar, 3 track cards, prism lesson modal, leaderboard, chat assistant, Claude Spounds Cortex dashboard.tsx, it lazy loads chart.js, and we're not lazy. Lazy load means the code stays in storage until needed, like ordering dessert after the main course so you don't crowd the table. React suspense wraps the chart, so while data loads, a shimmering skeleton holds the space. Neural core dial is a SVG arc. Each segment is a risk level. Click 1, React state flips, chart colors mutate. Combat arsenal grid reuses glass cart styles. Center tile locked with blur overlay. Lock icon is inline SVG for a razor sharp look on retina displays. Progress bar animates width from 0 to 94% using transition width. 300 millisecond ease out. Ease out means the bar starts fast and ends soft, just like easing a car into the parking lot. Switch to Academy. The XP ring shows 1250 of 2000, level 3 consciousness, 3 track cards, crypto foundations, AI strategies, trading algorithms. Click a lesson. Modal opens with Prism, code editor, REPL or read, eval, print, and loop, REPL, runs sandbox code and updates a digital vault balance using set state. Sandbox coin spins, profits sparkle. The leaderboard panel lists top 10 earners. Crown icon floats above rank 1. Chat Assistant docks bottom right using React Portal so it escapes Z-index hell. Scroll depth tracks via intersection observer again. Prompt 4 is going to have the calculator and testimonial cards. We pivot from passive reading to active proof. On-page profit calculator that invites every viewer to type their own numbers and feel the engine respond in real time. Picture the scene. You scroll 2 finger flicks below the hero and a deep violet panel expands edge to edge. At dead center sits a headline in Orbitron, caps that read, "What could you have earned today?" The letter glow sign at the top, fade to min at the bottom, exactly the same gradient we declared in our design bucket. Directly beneath 2 input fields float in glass cards, starting capital on the left, trading horizon in days on the right. Each field listens for unblur, not on change. Why? Because unblur fires only after you leave the input, sharing us 50 redundant renders a second. Think of it like waiting for a friend to finish a sentence before responding instead of interrupting on every syllable. You punch in $1,000, tab key, type 30, Claude generated function, computer projected, profit runs instantly. It references win rate pulled from the mock AI stats, the JSON, 94.7%. Then it compounds principal by win rate divided by 3 multiplied by horizon. The result animates in an oversized mint number, the plus $ 328.40. The answer is animated counter TSX, counting from 0 to the final value over 1 second with an ease out curve, so the digits sprint then glide. Kind of like a digital roller coaster. To the right of the calculator, a stack of 3 testimonial cards slides in from the bottom at 20 pixels per frame until fully visible. First card is Marcus Rodriguez. I lost 50K before Fluxera flipped my curve. Red backdrop darkens the tone. Second card is Amanda Foster, retired at 35, 450 grand up. Emerald background is going to radiate success. That third card, Chen Wu, my side hustle outran my salary in 6 weeks. Gold gradient frames a text there. Each card reuses the glasscard.tsx but swaps the border color variable. Reads our prompt line, testimonial card.tsx, variant success, danger, variant triumph, and wired Boolean flags that map to Tailwind utility classes, border cyan 400, border rose 500, border amber 400. A quick analogy, imagine the calculator and testimonials as 2 sides of a coin. One only shows hard math, the other shows human proof. Math appeals to the head, stories hook the heart. Together they form a full brain persuasion loop. Below the stack, a single neon button flashes magenta once every 6 seconds. Text reading start my free 7-day trial. The flash is generated by CSS keyframes, plus magenta toggles 60 to 100. Hue rotate drifts by 30 degrees to create micro variation. The button triggers React router push to /pricing, but only after the calculator inputs pass validation. Validation is pattern-based. Starting capital must be at least 100. Verizon at least 7. If invalid, the button shakes horizontally 3 times at 10 pixels amplitude. Framer motion for that spring because our prompt said use lightweight animation, no heavy dependencies. Framer motion is 40 kilobytes gzipped, light enough to ship. And a fast recap before we roll forward. Prompt 4 did 4 things. It creates a functional profit calculator, animated number counters, spawned context-aware testimonial cards, and wired a glowing CTA with entry validation, all with 0 extra instructions beyond our single paragraph. Context engineering for the win. Ready to dive into prompt 5 and unlock premium tier logic? Let's keep the momentum. Prompt 5, freemium gate and upgrade triggers. Shift to the logged in experience. The screen fades from violet to deep charcoal and you land on the Cortex dashboard. A welcome banner sweeps in from left. White neon copy that greets you by first name. Welcome back, Alex. Directly beneath, a mint sticker scrolls left to right, whispering you could have earned $147 today. That exact figure is not random. It is a difference between the live BTC USD candle close to your mock watchlist entry price multiplied by fractional holdings of 0.05. Claude calculates it on the fly because our prompt said show a personal missed profit estimate based on top watchlist asset. And then front and center sits the neural core dial, a SVG semicircle sliced into 5 wedges. cautious, balanced, aggressive, hyper, quantum. A low-key cyan glow marks balance by default. Hover and each wedge breathes with faint aura. Click aggressive and two immediate things happen. The candlestick chart recolors from muted green to bright limes, and the small caps label beneath now reads AI risk profile aggressive. All in a single state. Flip thanks to React's context. Context here means shared global state. Think of it like a communal whiteboard. Every component can read without passing sticky notes. And then below the dial is your trade quota panel, a slim progress bar, 600 pixels wide, fills 60% nonviolent. A label floats above, 3 of 5 free trades used today. The bar uses CSS custom property, progress, which Cloud defines in globals.css as the number of increments. The bar's width is recalculated to pure CSS, no JavaScript reflow, via inline style width. The calc variable progress times 100%. Cloud wired an add trade function that first checks if trades used is less than the quota, then updates local storage key flux trades today, then triggers a gentle confetti burst if you hit the daily cap. Confetti is a 400 byte canvas script, lifestyle manage, so it self-destructs after 2 seconds, preserving memory. And to the right, we have 3 shimmering glass cards from the Combat Arsenal grid: Auto Hedge, Neural Stop Loss, Flash Arbitrage. Each tile displays a padlock icon on a frost blur overlay because our prompt flagged them as premium. Hover any lock tile and a tooltip blooms, unlock a pro tier for 3 times higher win rate. Tooltip appears via framer motion, spring Y, dash offset, 12 to 0. Opacity 0 to 1 over 150 milliseconds. That gentle bob is the difference between a static nag and an inviting teaser. A sleek emerald banner anchors the bottom. Upgrade now, 47 spots left at 50% off. The banner pulses once every 4 seconds using keyframes. Upgrade pulse, scale 1 to 1.04 to 1. Centered inside, a big neon button reads upgrade and capture missed profits. Click it and React Router pushes the pricing promo equals midroll. The query arrow midroll pre-selects the pro card, a tiny context trick that will nudge users one step closer to checkout. Now before leaving the dashboard, Claude sprint optimized performance via React.memo on heavy components. Candlestick chart, neural dial, combat grid. React.memo is like shrink wrapping furniture. If the prompts don't change, React skips repainting. Your laptop fan will stay quiet, and your battery will thank you. So, recap moment. Prompt 5 introduced freemium limits, animated quota usage, locked premium previews, and a dynamic upgrade funnel, all delivered by Context Clarity, tool constraints, structure map, design constants, and content copy. Now, prompt 6 is the Academy progression loop. Scroll to the Hash Academy at the top, and a white hot loading bar flashes across the top, then collapses into a slim halo around your profile avatar. The page hero screams in Orbitron caps, "Learn AI by doing." The word AI glints every 2 seconds using a CSS mask that sweeps a specular highlight. Directly beneath, an XP tracker bar spans the full viewport. It displays XP 1250 out of 2000, level 3 consciousness. The bar is a dual gradient, under threshold violet, over threshold mint. Hint level 4 and a crown icon materializes above your avatar with a pop-in scale animation, 0.7 to 1.25 to 1. Claude sourced the crown SVG from hero icons because our prompt spelled out use open source icons for royalty badges. 3 track cards slide in with subtle stagger. Left card, crypto foundations. Middle, applied AI strategies. Right, quantum trading algorithms. Each card corner radius equals 20 pixels, matching the glass card spec. Hover and a parallax background shifts by 4 degrees using transform translate Z for GPU acceleration. GPU acceleration offloads math to the graphics card, like letting the drummer keep tempo while the singer catches breath. Click a track. A full screen model rises. Centered inside is Prism Editor, the code playground, paired with the live REPL console. REPL stands for read eval print loop. type a quick script, hit run, and see the console update. For safety, Claude sandboxes the eval using a web worker, so the main UI thread stay buttery smooth. Complete a lesson and XP jumps by 150, progress bar fills, a mini firework burst erupts, CSS pseudo elements firing radio RGBA circles. That dopamine hit keeps learners coming back, the same way Duolingo's green owl pops confetti when you nail a streak. The right sidebar displays leaderboard, usernames in glowing text, XP scores numeric, the top user's name pulses gold every 5 seconds, and only the top. The lower ranks stay static. This subtle scarcity effect tells every learner there is only room for one at the summit. Scroll further and the chat widget floats bottom right. It's a circular button with typing dots. Click and a drawer slides left. This assistant greets, "Hey Alex, stuck on a lesson? Ask me anything." This live chat is actually a Gemini quick generated call stubbed with context example prompts, returning safe canned answers, but architect to swap for real API keys in 30 seconds. Quick recap: Prompt 6 delivered gamified learning, REPL sandbox, leveling, crown badges, and real-time chat. Each line described up front, produced exactly as requested. Prompt 7 is going to be the pricing psychology blitz. Route: pricing. A wormhole vortex background swirls sky to sky, hue shifting from indigo to violet. In the foreground, 3 glass cards float. Starter, $47. Pro, $197. Quantum, $999. The Pro card is 20% larger. It glows premium gold at the edges and carries a live counter. 2,847 traders chose this. That number increments by 1 every 45 seconds via set interval to create gentle social proof. Now hover the Quantum card. An energy shield shimmer expands outward. The effect is a CSS radial gradient animated on background size. No WebGL, pure CSS. Again, we respect our tool constraints. Below the tier grid sits an ROI calculator. Average users make back cost in about 3 days. The accompanying chart shows starter break even in 9 days, Pro in 3, Quantum in 1. Bars animate upwards using framer motion spring config, stiffness at 60, dampening at 9, smooth elastic. Bottom sticky CTA fires as soon as the user scrolls past 50%. A banner with a mint check 30% off Pro ends in 2 hours and 42 minutes. Timer counts down with date.now diff. When 5 minutes remain, banner turns magenta and Jenner animates to grab attention. Claude even injects data sound attributes. Hover beep, click zap, success chime, so we can wire howler.js later without code churn. That is forward-thinking context. Plain audio hooks now and wire later. Prompt 8, support and fail-safe UX. Last route and support, the Hero Pulse Red Alert Big Type, average response 37 seconds. Under that, a search bar with a scanline animation invites you to type. Results filter live with debounce 300 milliseconds. Makes the input buttery even on slow devices. Down below that is going to sit a threat scanner radar. Neon green blips sweep clockwise. Each blip is a ticket. Hover shows tooltip, ticket number 1842, status investigating. Radar refresh interval set to 5 seconds via set timeout plus recursive call, not set interval, giving us precise drift-free timing. FAC accordion is built from native, so it works without JavaScript. Touch screens get 44 pixel tap targets, Apple's guidelines for finger comfort. The right sidebar lists live agents with avatars, role labels, green dot if status is online, status toggles via mock fetch to API/status that returns agents array. Claude used fetch every 60 seconds. That's polite polling, not hammering. Footer closes the page, 4 columns, product, company, resources, legal, plus a newsletter form that validates email with simple regex. Regex stands for regular expression, a pattern to test strings quickly like a TSA agent checking passport format at a glance. When the user hovers exit, an intent pop-up blurs background and surfaces. It should say, wait, get 50% off your first month. And then closing the pop-up returns focus to the exit. Now, when you do focus trapping, it ensures a tab cycles inside the model until dismiss, satisfying WCAG focus rules. Now, one real startup piloted this exact prompt framework. They slashed build time from 3 weeks to 4 days because every dev understood exactly which bucket each requirement belonged to. There was no back and forth, and their conversion lifted from 2% to 7% simply by swapping the fuzzy copy for precise content-driven headlines. So, we opened with the Neon Loader, hammered 8 precision prompts, scaffolded a multi-route app, layered gamification, wove in live data, and capped it with persuasive pricing, all without code rewrites, all because content locked every decision. So you ask yourself now, which part of your current build could leap ahead if you pin down the tool design, structure, and content in one laser-focused prompt? Pick that piece. Write the bucket lines tonight. Run them tomorrow. Measure the savings. That's Flexora Nexus. That's disciplined content engineering. If your brain's on fire, hit so the algorithm spreads the spark. Drop a comment with the prompt you're drafting next. Smash subscribe. And thank you for sprinting this marathon with me. Water, rest, create, repeat. I'll see you in the next build. Take it easy.